Let's start. Let's start discussing circles. So in this chapter, we are going to start the chapter because it's important and it's simple. What is complex in it? It's just the equations. Once we understand the equations, the chapter becomes easy. And it has been seen that simple questions has been asked from this chapter. And also it is the same for conic sections. That's lovely. So okay, circles. So let's discuss what circle is. A circle is defined as the locus of all such points in the plane. Basically, uh, if you take a point, this point, and if I take certain same distance from the point, and if I mark all the points of same distance from this point, if I take all these points, now locus of all the points, then what will I get is the circle. That's how a circle is formed. The circle is the locus of all points from a fixed distance through a constant distance. So let's read the definition. The essence of circle is this only. Circle is defined as the locus of all such points in a plane which remains at constant distance from a fixed point, where the fixed point C is called the center. The given distance CP is called the radius. The point C is center. Okay. So this was very basic for us to understand. Now let's discuss circles. So first of all, discussing about the equation of circle. So in this scenario, we have like basically there are two features for the circle, as we were just discussing in the definition of circle, that there is a center and there's a fixed distance mapping all the points. Okay, so center and the radius. These two features, if we know these two things now, then we can know about the circle's position. Okay. So using these two information, we can make equation of circle. How? In this format. X minus of h, where we know that the center is hk, center's coordinates. The distance is, so x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square is equals to radius square. This is the equation of circle. And now if we discuss how it is like this, why this is the equation of circle, it is actually basically defining what radius, how radius can we find it out when we have the center. Let's discuss this a bit. X-axis and this is a y-axis, and we have a center. We have a circle. Okay, so we know its center's coordinate. Okay, so if this is h means the center is h distance away from the y-axis, right? Let me take some look at that. This distance should be h, and this distance should be k. This distance should be k. Okay, now we know this yellow line is representing the radius. And we also know one more fact that let's take another point, any general point on this circle. We, for finding out the equation, we generally take a general point. As in vectors, we used to write r vector. Here, we will take any general point on the circle. Let's take this point as x and y. Or should I take it somewhere else? Because it's very conveniently perpendicular. Because as we are discussing about the general thing, so let's take it from here to here. So let's consider this point as x, y. So now the coordinate of x, y. So if I draw a perpendicular here, this distance should be x. And if I and this distance should be y. Okay. So if I focus on this triangle, on this right angle triangle, what is the distance between, let me name this point as P, this point as A, and this point is C only, na? So in triangle PAC, what's PA? Because we know, let me name this point as P dash. We know that P dash is Y, and this is what we have to find out. This is equivalent to this. So this is Y minus K. We can say that, right? And what about this distance? So if this is S X, this is H, this will be X minus of H, right? So if this is X minus H, I can write this is X minus H. And one thing that I know very sure is that this distance from the center into the circle is radius, because it's a fixed distance. Now in triangle PAC, on applying Pythagoras theorem, X minus H square, that is the base, plus perpendicular is equals to hypotenuse. This is how the equation of circle is find it out. Any doubts? Hello, hello, any doubts? How this equation of circle is find it out? No. Okay. So this is how the circle of equation comes out. When the center is on origin, then x minus h, x minus 0 whole square, x square, and y minus 0 whole square becomes y square. So this is the equation of circle when the center of circle is lying on the origin. Also, we know that the area of any circle is given by pi r square. Very basic. The perimeter of any square is given by 2 pi r. Now this was the equation of circle. Let's now discuss about the general equation of circle. We know that for straight lines, the general equation for straight line lies in two variables, and the degree of the equation is 1. So just by this information, we get to know that this is a equation of line. But whenever you have two variables, x square and y square in the equation, and their coefficient is similar, and there can be x, y's. I'm saying there can be, not a necessity. There can be coefficient of x, there can be coefficient of y, there can be any constant and equating to 0. This can be the general equation of circle. Means what I'm saying is there will be x square for sure and y square, and they will both have same coefficient. And some other factors are also there. Now let's talk about the general equation of circle. We have just talked about that what all things will be there. So instead of naming their coefficient as A, B, C, D generally, we have tactfully modified them. See, we have written the xy coefficient as 2h, x coefficient as 2g, and y's coefficient as 2f for our convenience only. Because if we remember the general equation of circle in this manner, then it will be easy for us to remember the center's coordinate and to find out the radius. The formula becomes easy to remember. That's why we have written the general equation like this. It is just for our convenience. So this general equation of circle, this equation will only represent circle when these conditions are met. What are these conditions? That a and b should be equal. Basically, the coefficient of x square and y square should be equal. The other condition is coefficient of xy should be 0. Basically, xy should not be lying in the equation. Otherwise, it's not an equation of circle. So these are the two basic conditions for this type of equation to become a general equation of circle. That a and b should be equal. There should not be any xy. So easy, very easy. Now, after writing the equation in this form, I should say let's let's don't write b here. Let's write a only because as we know, talking about circle. But let's keep it b only just to remember because in all the books it's like written like this. So if we change it and learn something else, then there will be every time a contradiction in your head whenever whenever you read some different equations in your other books. So 2gx 2fy plus c is equals to 0. This is the general equation for circles. Now, after this like equation given and you have noticed all the coefficients in this manner, then minus of g minus of f is the coordinate of center. This is the center. And for finding out the radius, take the square root and then add the sum square of g square and f square and subtract it from the constant. Beware while taking the sign of constant. If there is negative c here, then you'll write opposite is here. So these are basic things. How we can find out the two main features of any center, any circle, which is the coordinate of its center and the radius by its general equation of the circle. This general equation of circle is very, very important. And these two formulas of center and radius. Multiple questions will be solved by these two. Are there any questions? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Example number one. The equation of circle whose center is this and the radius is this. We have to find out the equation. So we know x minus h square plus y minus k square is equals to r square, where hk is the center and r is radius. Here, center is 2 minus 3. So x minus 2 whole square plus y minus minus 3 becomes plus 3 square. Equals radius square, which is 25. Now I'll solve it and expand it. It will give me the equation. Four, 9, 13. 13 minus 25 minus 12 is equals to 0. Matching with first option. So A becomes our answer. Clear? Any doubts? Understood?
Understood, sir.
Okay, next question. The equation of circle whose center and the area of circle is given. So we have the center, but we don't have the radius. Radius will be find it out by the area of circle, which is given as 154. R scale will be 154 by pi. Pi is 27, 22 by 7. So 11, 1 ja 11, 11 4 ja 44, and 11 2 ja 22, 2 7 ja 14. So R becomes 7 plus 7, not plus minus 7, because R is a radius is a distance. R will always be positive. Okay, R is 7. Center is this x minus 0 whole square plus y minus 0 whole square. Is equal to 7 square, x square plus y square plus 49. Sorry, equal to 49. Matching with option number C. Understood?
Yes, sir.
General equation of circle. Now see, radius is given by this. So every circle will have some radius, that is for sure. If radius is 0, then it's not a circle, it's a point circle. If radius is negative, then the circle do not exist. Why? Because distance cannot be negative. If r is positive, then circle is existing. There's a real circle. Similarly, what has been written here, that that if this is more than 0, the radius of circle will be real and real circle is possible. And if this is 0, the radius of circle is 0, the circle becomes a point circle. Basically, this is what we calling as a, this is a circle. Like this is a, these are point circles. Actually, not a circle, but point circle. Less than 0 becomes like the radius cannot be negative. So radius cannot be imaginary, actually. It's not what we are discussing about radius, square root of it. I should have written what cannot be negative is z square plus f square minus c. What we are not talking about radius. We're talking about this the square of radius. This if this becomes negative, then square root of any negative thing is imaginary. Means it does not exist. If radius does not exist, means circle does not exist. So these are three conditions. Let's solve a question on these. Okay, the given curve is this. We have to tell whether this is a parabola, circle, ellipse, or hyperbola. So this is a equation in two variables having 2 degrees. So there are chances that it can become a circle. Condition number one, whether the coefficient of x square and y square are equal. Let's check. Yes, the coefficient of x square and y square are equal. Okay, great. Now condition number two, xy should not exist. The coefficient of xy should be 0. Yes, xy is not existing. So our given equation is the equation of circle. Understood? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Next question. The equation of circle which passes through 3 points. Okay, interesting. So we do not have any center, we do not have any radius. What we have is 3 points that are there on the circle. There are 3 points given on the circle. Simply, we know on any equation of curve, there's any equation of curve. If I substitute x and y for the points which are there on the curve, then the equation of, of the circle should satisfy. Yes. Okay. And now this time I have 3 points. Okay. So first let me consider that the equation of the circle is, should I take equation of circle as ax square, this is the general form now, and then 2g to f of y plus c is equals to 0. Now we know the coefficient of x and y square should be equal. So let me take them one by one. Okay. Now when I let's take so this is the equation of our given circle, of the circle that we'll be talking about. Now we know 0, 1, that's the 1 point on circle, that should satisfy the equation of circle. So I'll substitute 0 and 1 in place of x and y. Okay, so 0 square 0, y square is 1, plus 2g plus 2, okay, 2z into 0 becomes, this becomes 0, 2f into 1, 2f plus c, I don't know. Now there's another point given, 2, 0. So 2 square 4 plus 0 square 0, and 2z into 2, 4g, and 2f into 0, 0, plus c is equals to 0. Another point given, 5, 6. So instead of x, I'll place 5. Instead of y, I'll place 6. So 25 plus 36 plus 2 into 5, 10g, 2 into 6, 12f, plus a is equals to 0. So instead of this, I can write this as 25 plus 36 is 25, 25, and 11, 61, plus 10g plus 12f plus c is equals to 0. So what do I have? What do I have? I have three equations. How many variables are there? There are three variables. Three equations. There are three variables. There are three equations, three variables. We can solve them by multiple methods, matrix, this and that. Let's use the elimination method. It is the fastest. So in the elimination method, first we take two equations and we'll substitute one variable. Okay. So let me take the first and second. Third. On taking the first and second equation, we'll find out c from it. Or we'll subtract 1 and 2 basically. The c will be eliminated then. So 1 plus 2f plus c minus 4 minus 4g minus c is equals to 0 minus 0. So c cancels c. It becomes 1 minus 4, 2f minus 3 is equals to 4g. Okay. So basically from here we can write the value of 2f 4g plus 3. Okay. Now in the third equation, I have the third equation. So from here also we can, from here we can do, what we can do here is we can also substitute c using the first and third equation. Okay. So on subtracting third equation from first, subtracting third equation from first, what I'll have? 61 minus 1, 60. 10g minus nothing. 12f minus 2f, 10f. C minus C0 is equals to 0. So now what do I have? I have these two equations. Let me call this as fourth. Let me call this as fifth. Now we have new two equations having two variables. From here, we can get the value of one of the variable and then the value of other variable and then the value of another variable from any one of the three equations. Okay, going ahead, let me write the fourth equation once again, which says 2f is equals to 4g plus 3. Equation number 5 as 60 plus 10g plus 10f is equals to 0. Okay. So taking 2f's value as 4g plus 3, 60 plus 10g. 10 can be written as 5 into 2f is equals to 0. Instead of 2f, I'm substituting 4g plus 3. So 4g, I'm multiplying 5, 20g plus 50. Okay, 20g plus 10g becomes 30g. Taking this to the right hand side becomes minus of 75. So dividing by 3 on both sides. So this becomes 2, 5, this becomes 10. Dividing by 5, this becomes 2, this becomes 5. So g comes out as minus 5 by 2. Okay, so if I have g now, I can find out f from this equation. F becomes 4g, 4 into minus 5 by 2. 2f becomes 4g plus 3. This becomes 2. So minus 10 by minus 10 plus 3 minus of 7. F comes out as minus 7 by 2. What do I want else? So what I have to find out, I had to find out the equation of circle for which I require center and I require the radius. Center can be found out by g and f. Center is basically minus of g, minus of f. 5 by 2, 7 by 2 is the center. But we do not have the radius. For that, we also need c. So c can be found out by using the equation this. C is basically minus of 2f minus of 1. So minus of 2f minus of 1. That's what we can find the c from the equation number 1. Okay, so 2 cancels. Minus minus becomes plus 7 minus 1. Center becomes 6. Sorry, c becomes 6, not the center. The constant becomes 6. Okay, we know the radius is given by square root of g square plus f square minus of c. G square is so 5 by 2 and 7 by 2 was the center. Okay. So far 25 बटा 4 7 49 by 4 minus of c is 6 LCM 4 25 plus 49 minus of 24 4 25 minus 24 becomes plus 1 49 plus 1 50. So the radius becomes square root of 50 by 4, which can be rewritten as that this is 25 by 2. So 5 by square root of 2 like this. Or we can also write it as 10 root 2 by 2 by multiplying root 2 on. We can write it as 5 root 2 by 2 like this also by multiplying root 2 on the numerator and the denominator both. Is the question clear till now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have both center and the radius, which is actually 5 by root 2. Center is 5 by 2 and 7 by 2. Let's find out the equation. Circle x minus of h whole square plus y minus h whole square is equals to r square. R square becomes 25 by 4. So 25 by 2. R square is 25 by 2. Expanding it, x square plus 25. Now let's do one thing is that multiply both sides by 4. 25 plus 49. Okay, so this will become, after getting multiplied by 4, this will become 50. So 25 plus 25 minus 50 minus 25. 49 minus 25 becomes plus 24. This is going to be the equation. Okay. They also multiplied it by 4 later on. So let's multiply by 4. This becomes 5x 7y 6 is equals to 0. So this should be our correct option. Minus of 5x minus of A should be the correct option. A should be the correct option. A is the correct option. So there was nothing in the question except long calculations. Clear? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Now, what we are going to do, you might think that, oh, this much we have to read. No, actually, these are the cases. We don't have to learn all the cases. We just have to understand the question, understand the cases. So, intercept, as we know, any curve intercepting means it is intersecting that particular axis or line or curve that we are talking about. This time we'll be talking about the intercepts made by the circle with the axis. Can be the x-axis or y-axis. So in case number 1, let's discuss when the circle passes through origin. So when circle passes through origin, we just have to understand one fact. The circle is passing through the origin. It means that the center, the distance between this is the radius. Okay, this is the only change that it happens. And if that is so, after expansion, the radius is x square plus k square, and this gets cancelled. The right hand side, the remaining equation becomes this, where there is no constant. So whenever in the equation of circle there is no constant, means that the equation that the circle is passing through origin, and there is no constant in the equation of circle. Next, the equation of the circle which passes through the origin cuts off intercepts 3, 4 from the positive part of the axis respectively. So will the equation of the circle which passes through the origin. Okay. The circle is passing through the origin. The circle is passing through the circle. The origin basically. Intercepts made from the positive part of axis 3 and 4. So now understand that the intercept first written should be the intercept made with the x-axis. This is 3 and this is 4. It means 0, 4 are its coordinate and 3, 0 are its. Okay. We know we have another point 0, 0. Okay. Now we have to find out the equation of circle. For that we'll need two things: radius and the center. Now we can find out using the same method that we had just discussed about, and in just example number 4, no? When we have 3 points given, and we can use this long method to find out the equation of circle. Or what we can do is use our geometry skills. How we can do so? Let me give you an example. That if this is a circle, this is its radius, its center. Okay, so this is its radius. This is its radius also. This is also its radius. So if I take HK as the point, right? HK is my point. Now from the question, we can look at one fact that this point is equidistant from all of these 3 points that we have. So if this is equidistance, I can write from using the distance formula, the distance between, let me call this point as A, this is O, this is B, this is P or C. So AC should be equals to CB. What we want is to simply find out the center's coordinate. Okay. And other than this also, we know that these two sides are equal. Okay. And in an isosceles triangle, if I draw a perpendicular, then the perpendicular is equal to its median. If this is a median, then this will be dividing it this side into two parts. So this distance becomes 3 by 2. This distance also becomes 3 by 2. This becomes 3 by 2. This becomes 3 by 2. If this is 3 by 2 and this is 3 by 2, great. Now, now what else I can do is that similarly on this line, this becomes 2, this becomes 2. Okay. And we know that this is actually the distance of K. Why? Because this is a coordinate now. If I draw a perpendicular, so the coordinate is K distance above the x-axis means it's the y coordinate. And this should be the h. Now, from here, what we can find out, the radius, which is not given to us, is equals to radius square. Applying the this let me call this as R. Applying the and let me call this point as L. This was C only. So OLC in triangle OLC R square is equals to 3 by 2 whole square plus K square. And this is also equals to in triangle C, and we call this as CMO h square plus 2 square, that is 4, should be equals to R square. Okay, it should be equals to R square. Basically, this is also R. So these two are equal. So from here, what we can find out is h square minus k square. This becomes 9 by 4 minus 4. 9 minus 16 by 4 is equals to h is equals to h square minus k square. So this is one equation from where we can find out the value of h and k. And from what other things do we have? Yes, what other things do we have is r square is equals to h square plus k square using the distance formula between OC. Okay, let us think more. Let's think. And h square minus k square. 1 minute, 1 minute. There are so many methods and I'm confused which one to use. And I'm now confused that the method that I'm using right now, where I'm leading to. So what we had to find out, let's revise the radius and the center. Okay. So we have lots of information on the screen. We have to focus on finding out the center's coordinate. This distance is key. and this distance is, and this coordinate is basically 3 by 2 and 0. Okay, now I think we are approaching in the right direction. So let me bring the complete diagram. This OL is 3 by 2. This L point is 3 by 2 and 0. So the distance between CL is equals to K. It should be given by square root of H square, H minus 3 by 2 whole square plus K minus 0. So basically K square. Okay. Squaring on both sides, K square is equals to H square plus 9 by 4 minus 3H plus K square. H square plus K square cancels here, K square. And from here, we have the value of H. Okay, this is a quadratic equation which we can solve multiplying both sides by 4. Now forward value of H, this will satisfy. Let's find out using this. H formula. Minus B plus minus B square minus 4 is C. 416, 16 no is 144 only divided by 2A. So this becomes 0. 12 by 8 is our H, which is 3 by 2. 4 3 is 12, 4 2 is 8. We have H. Good. So let's find out the K. So similarly, using the same steps. Now this, we are focusing on CM. CM. So the coordinate here will be 0 and 2. Okay. Applying the distance formula. So the distance should be h square is equals to h minus of 0 square plus k minus 2 square. Okay, this becomes h square. Okay, this is h. Yes, this is h. This becomes h square is equals to h square plus k minus 2 whole square. H cancels h, and k minus 2 whole square is equals to 0. So k becomes 2. Great. Now we have h and we have k. So h and k basically are the center. Okay. So this is 2. And what was h? H was 3 by 2. We know the radius is h plus k whole square. 9 by 4 plus 4. This becomes 4. 9 plus 16. 9 plus 16 is 25 by 4, which is actually 5 by 2. So the equation of circle is x minus of 3 by 2 whole square plus y minus 2 whole square is equals to radius square 25 by 4. Let's match options. They are given like this. तो इसको expand करते हैं थोड़ा. X minus 3 by 2 whole square x square plus 9 by 4 minus 3 of x plus y minus 2 whole square y square plus 4 minus 4y minus 4y is equals to 25 by 4. Let us divide both sides by 4. plus 9 plus 16. 9, 16 becomes 27 minus, so 27 minus 25 is equals to 0. This becomes 2. Let's now match with options. 4x square. Okay, there's no constant. I guess we have done a mistake in calculation. So 9 plus 16. Yeah, 9 plus 16 is 25 now. 25 minus 25 is 0. I have written 27 mistakenly. So this should be our answer. 4x square plus 4y square minus 12x minus of 16y. Yes, this is our correct option. Clear? So, understood?
Yes, sir.
So this is a genuine way to find out. But it's too hard, no? It's not too hard, but too low. So what is the other thing? Let's discuss that also. Suppose we have the same question. First thing is that we know the center is passing through origin. Sorry, the circle is passing through the origin. If circle passes through origin, what we know, there will not be any constant in the equation. But using that information, we cannot eliminate any of the options because there are no constant in any of the option. Okay. We know in equation of circle, there is no xy. So there is a xy in option number A. So option number A is eliminated. Now, there are 3 points that we know about. The 3 points that we know about that they are on the circle, the origin and the intercept 0, sorry, 3 and 0, and the other intercept 0 and 4. These 3 points. So these all 3 points should lie on the circle, and if they are lying on the circle, means they should satisfy this equation. We only have two confusion between these two equations. Okay. So we know that 0, 0 will be definitely satisfying from the eyes only. Let's now take 0, 4. Let's now try the option number 4 into 0 minus 12 into 0 plus 4 into 4 square, that is 16, minus 16 into y, which is, sorry, 16 into 4 now. 16 into 4 also. 64 cancel 64. These are 0. Yes, this point is satisfying with the option number B. Let's now check for this point. So 4 into 3 square, that is 9, minus 12 into 3, that is 36, plus y is 0, 0. So this is also satisfying. Option number B should be our answer. From here only, we can mark the option. But there is a slight risk that maybe, just maybe, none of the above can also become the answer. But it seldom happens. This is the fastest way. Clear? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Next case. Remember, in case we do not have to remember anything. We will just understand. So this time the circle is touching the abscissa, which is the x-axis. Okay, if that is so happening, then what is what is what is special here is that the radius of circle becomes Cp. This is the radius. Okay, this is the radius. There's nothing new in it. But the new thing is that K, Cp is equals to K, because this is the distance of the point from the x-axis, now perpendicular distance, which is the y-coordinate of the center. So radius will become equals to the y-coordinate of the center. This is the new thing. Okay, if that is so, then simply x minus h square plus y minus k square equals to r square. R is k only, k square. And then if we expand it, this will take this form. So instead of constant, there will be plus h square written. Now remember, when the circle is touching x-axis, then the y-coordinate of the center becomes the radius. If the circle touches, if the circle touches y-axis, then the x-coordinate of the center becomes the radius. This becomes the radius. This is the only difference you have to remember. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then let's discuss this example. We have to find out the equation of circle whose center is given to us. It touches the x-axis. Okay, so simple, na? We know if it is touching the x-axis, then its y-coordinate will be the radius. We have the center. This is the basic equation. We'll expand it, find out the answer. Let's do it. Plus 16. So option number A is matching. Correct answer. Clear? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Let's discuss the next case. We have already discussed it. The equation of circle whose center is this, touches y-axis. So radius becomes 3 plus 3, not minus. Radius is always positive. So x minus 1 minus 3 plus y minus 5. Solving it further. And and other than this, if we remember the direct formula, na, then it was x square plus y square minus of this is the center. So g is 3, f is minus 5, plus 2g x plus 2fy minus 10y plus k square this time is 25. This should be the answer. Now let's solve it using this format. Then also we'll get the same. This is when we remember it. If you don't remember, if you remember just the concept, you have to solve a step further. 9, 9 cancel. What is remaining? This is 25 only. Your choice to remember or not to remember. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Next case. When circle touches both axis and coordinate. So in this case, remember that what is radius? Radius की definition, the definition of radius should be very clear to you. That it is the distance between the center and any point on the circle. So this is also distance between the center and any point. So h becomes equals to r. This is also the distance between the center and any point on the circle. So this should also be the r. So similarly, hk should be equals to r. So this time x minus r square plus y minus r square should be equals to r. We'll expand like this, where instead of r, they have considered alpha. Concept is this. Concept is this. This should be the clear. This should be very clear to you. That when the circle touches both x and y axis, then what happens? This happens. Center coordinate itself become radius. R R. Should I clear? Understood? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Let's discuss the example. The equation of circle of radius 6 units touches the coordinate axis on the second quadrant. In the second quadrant. So only one thing is changed. You know, the x minus r plus r. Because x-axis, x will be negative in the second quadrant. No? Other than this, everything is same. So radius was 6, x minus of minus plus y minus 6, 6 square, x square plus 6 square plus 12x plus y square minus 36 minus 6. 12y is equal to 6 square. 6 square cancel 6 square. X square plus y square is 12x minus of 12y. 36 becomes 0. The option should be the correct answer. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes. Next case, when the circle is passing through origin and the center is lying on the abscissa, means the x-axis. So in this case, seeing here only, there is the center is lying on the x-axis, the y-coordinate will be 0. And here, the distance between the center and the origin is also the radius. So radius is equals to the h. So if that is so, this will be the scenario. Understood? The center. The center's x coordinate will be the radius. Clear? And what else is the center's other coordinate will be y? Will be 0 because it's lying on the x-axis. Understood? Case number 5.
Yes, sir.
Wait, then another question. See, observe that these questions are solved from the general equation only. But we are depicting the given information using the cases discussion. So the equation of circle passes through the origin, okay, whose center lies on the x-axis, radius 3 units. The equation of circle, circle is passing through the origin, and as well as the center is lying on the x-axis. Okay. So the radius becomes h, and the other coordinate of center becomes 0. What is h here? 3. X square plus y square minus x is equals to 0. Option number B should be the correct answer. Any doubts? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. Case number 6. This time, circle is passing through origin again, but the center is lying on the y-axis. So the radius becomes k. The other coordinate of the center becomes 0. Let's discuss again. Radius is 400. Center is lying on the y-axis. So center's coordinate are 0. K, which is actually 4. Radius is 4. X square plus y minus 4 square is equals to 4 square. So x square plus y square minus 8y is equals to 8. Option number A. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Then time for a break. Should we take a break?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So before the break, you have to earn the break. Okay. So for earning the break, I'm writing out any random equation of circle. You have to find the radius and the coordinate of center. Please do it in 2 minutes and you'll have your breaks for 5 minutes. Was all. Let's continue our class from equation of circle in diameter form. Earlier we had 3 points on the circle and we find it the equation of circle using those 3 points only. But what we have only diameters, only the point, only 2 points forming the diameter. Only these points, A and B, having coordinate x1, y1, and x2, y. This is the center, and the center's coordinate, as we know, x, h, and k. Instead of 4, I should write c. Okay. Now let's take any random point on the circle. Take it somewhere here. Point P, general coordinate x and y. If I join P with B and A with P, then one thing, one theorem that we discussed in class 10th, studied in class 10th, is that if I form a triangle with its base as diameter, then the angle is always going to be negative, always going to be right angle. So when this is a diagram, this is a diameter, this angle is always going to be 90 degrees. One more reason is that this angle is 180 degrees. This angle will be the half of angle formed by, by, by making a triangle. So this angle will be half of it. You remember the theorem by this time. This is the center. This angle is A. This angle should be A by 2. This was the theorem. Okay, great. Now we know the slope of side AP, slope of side PP. If they get multiplied, they'll give us -1 because they are these two lines are perpendicular to each other as AP is perpendicular to PP. The slope product will be -1. Great. How do we find out the slope? Slope is found by the formula. Like if we have, see, on line AP, we have both the points. So y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So the point here, y, is y1 minus y divided by, oh, should I write y first? Y minus y1, x minus x. Slope of AP multiplied with slope of PB, x minus x2. So in AP, I've taken P minus A. So this time P minus P. X2 minus x1. Sorry, no, y first. No? Y2 minus upon x2 minus x equals to -1. Cross multiplying. Basically multiplying the denominator to the right hand side. Now I rearrange and we can write it as x minus x1. Instead of taking it x2 minus x1, let me multiply by by -1 on to the right hand side and as well as by -1 to the left hand side just for the convenience. And there was -1 itself, minus here itself. But I'm just doing another minus multiplication here and here, which will make a whole thing as equivalent. And this is minus, so I'm bringing it to the, or should I do one step at a time? Let's do it one step at a time so that we don't get confused. I'm changing signs here and here is it. So there's no sign, no major change. Bringing this term to the left hand side will make it a positive, which is equals to 0. This is the equation of diameter. This is the equation of circle in the diameter form, where we have x and y1 has one point and y1, y2 has another point, and x and y are general coordinates, as we call it. Here is a better representation. A is a point, B is another point. This will be 90 degrees. Slope of AP and PB is this. Multiplication this. Rearranging, and this will make the equation like this. X minus x1 to x minus x2 plus y minus y1 into y minus y2. Very easy to do. Understood? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Let's discuss an example. So the equation of the circle, the coordinates of the endpoints of whose diameter? Okay, simple. So x minus 2 into y minus 4 plus x minus 3, y minus 5 should be equals to 0. X minus x1 into y minus 5, x minus x2 into y minus 5. Okay, cross multiplying xy minus 4x minus 2y plus 8 plus xy. Okay, plus xy minus x. Okay, let me go. I have a doubt how xy will be cancelled here. Anyway, let's continue. Xy minus of 5x minus of 3y plus 15 is equals to 0. Okay, okay, I've done this mistake. X minus x1 into y minus y1. Actually, it is x minus x1 into x minus x2 plus y minus y1 to y minus y2. Vada. So x minus 2 into x minus 3 plus y minus 4 into y minus 5. This time. X into x square. Basically x square minus 5x plus 6 y square minus 9y plus 20 using the quadratic mind. This becomes x square plus y square minus of 5x minus of 9y plus 26 is equals to 0. Option number A becomes our correct option. Let's check. Yes, it is. And read this for a minute. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Next question is okay. If the y is equals to 2x is a chord of the circle. Now let's understand what's chord. Chord is basically a line going from one point to another point on the circle, and it's just a line. Okay. Why chord is different from diameter? Diameter is also a chord. It is going from one point to another point on the line, but passing through origin, passing through the center, then it becomes a diameter. Chord can be passing through any 2 points on the center. That's it. Okay. So y is equals to 2x is a chord of the circle. Circle's equation is also given. Now we have to find out the equation of circle with this chord as diameter. Okay, so first let's find out the points of this chord, uh, the two endpoints of this chord, and then uh, we'll should I say, first let's find out the endpoint of the chord, then we'll treat these endpoints as the endpoints of diameter and find out the equation of the new circle. Okay, first let's find out the points. Say if this is a circle, there is a chord. Now the interesting thing about two curves is that if curves are intersecting at any point now, these two curves are intersecting at these 2 points, then their equations will also satisfy each other. Like basic thing is that this point A is lying on the both of the curves, or on curve A on the circle and the chord as well. So the point will satisfy the equation of circle and the equation of straight line as well. So if we find out, we have to find out the intersecting point of the two curves. So we'll find out the common x and y for the equation for both of those equation of curves. So simply y is equals to 2x should satisfy this curve for this particular point. So on whichever y and x this will be happening, that will be your point 1 and point number 2. We know that this is a quadratic equation. There will be two roots. So hence there will be two intersecting points. Yes, that's what we want to find out. Let's do it then. So x square plus, instead of y we can write 2x whole square minus tan x is equals to 0. So x square plus 4x square minus tan x is equals to 0. Okay, let's take x common. X plus 4, x plus 4x, this becomes 5. 5x minus 10 is equals to 0. So from here, either x is equals to 0 or x is equals to 2. Or like 5x is equals to 10, which is x equals to 2. So we have two values of x, 0 and 2. Now for x is equals to 0, y will be 2 of x. So 2 into 0 is also 0. Why I'm writing this? Because this point is also satisfying the equation of this code. So if x is equals to 0, so the point on that code will also satisfy the equation. So y it can be written as 2 into 0. Okay. So this has become 0, 0. This is 2. Let's find out y. We can find out y using the equation of circle or the equation of chord. We are using equation of chord because it's easy. Y is equals to 2 into 2, 4. So this becomes 4. Okay. Now we are finding a circle on this chord like this somewhat. So let's now find the equation of a new circle taking this chord as a diameter. Okay, if that is so, circle will be somewhat like this. So we have to find out its equation. Its diameters coordinate are given to us. So x minus x1 into x minus x2 plus y minus y1 into y minus y2 is equals to 0. 0 is equals to x square minus 2x plus y square minus 4y. This is the equation of the circle. X square plus y square minus 2x minus 4y. Option B should be the correct option. This is a complete solution. Is the question understood? अरे just एक बार पढ़ो इसे ना. Read it once. Tell when you understood. Any doubts?
No.
Okay, then. Let's now discuss about the equation of circle in parametric form. Parameter means parameter is any quantity which remains constant. So here, what we are discussing actually here is that we are including one more parameter. Like we were discussing about center and radius now. This time we'll also be integrating the angle between the point that we are discussing, that is there on the circle, which it is making with the positive x-axis or with the positive x-axis, basically. So let p, x, y be any point on the circle. And as we know, xy plus y square is equals to r square. MOP is the theta. So this is r. This this here OM is x, and this PM is y, and r square is equals to x square plus y square. Okay. Now let's find out cos theta it based upon hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is r. Now let's find out the sine theta here. Perpendicular, which is y, upon hypotenuse. So x comes out as r cos theta. Y comes out as r sin theta. If we add x square plus y square, this becomes r square into cos square theta plus sin square theta, which is actually 1. So x square is plus y square is equals to r square. See, for finding the radius, theta doesn't matter. But for finding the point, theta matters. So in equation of circle in parametric form, we will be basically focusing on x and y, the points. This is important for you to remember. Case when the circle center is lying on the origin. Center is at origin. X and y is very simple. Now simply it will be very easy for you to understand that if center is lying on h and k, then in x that was r cos theta earlier, and y which was r sin theta earlier. If the center is h and k now, then add h with x and k with y. Simple. Say there is no easy method to remember this x and y. This is what you need to focus in parametric form. Here also, if you will add, like say, uh, from here we can write x minus h is equals to r cos theta. From here we can write y minus k is equals to r sin theta. So square and net. So this will become our basic r square theta. R square into cos square theta plus sin square theta, which is actually 1. So what you need to focus on is this x and y. Understood?
Yes, sir.
See, here also there's a triangle R. This will be R cos theta. And this is H only. So the X becomes H plus R cos theta. That's why this X has become like this. Similarly for Y. Understood? Yep. We have to, there is an equation of circle given. We have to find out the parametric equation. Okay. So for parametric equation, X is equals to actually X plus R cos theta. So we'll write cos theta like this only, sin theta like this only. What we need to find out is h and r. So for that we need radius and the center. This is general equation. Center is minus, so minus minus. plus 1 and 2. This is the center. Radius 1 plus 4 minus of c. C is minus 4 minus minus plus 4, 4, 8 plus 1, 9. Radius becomes 3. So x is equals to 1 plus 3 cos theta. Y becomes k plus k is 2 plus 3 sin theta. So 2 plus 3 sin theta plus 1 plus 3 cos theta. A is the correct option. Let's check. Yes, A is the correct option. They have written like this, then find it out. We from directly knew from the general equation of circle, that was the center and what's the radius. So we directly knew, we are able to find out very easily. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts? Should I explain anything?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, let me save the file. What two things we discuss in circles? The center and the radius. What if for multiple circles, center becomes the same and radius different? Then they will be called as concentric circles. See here, center is same for both of these circles, circle 1 and circle 2. But the radius is different. Radius 2 is greater than radius 1. These circles are known as concentric circles. Two circles having the same center but different radius. The plural form of radius is radii. Two circles having the same center but different radii respectively are called concentric circle. Co co means same, centric means same center. Thus the circles will have radius different but center is same. So the equation is written like for the circle one, x minus h whole square, so y minus k whole square is equals to radius 1 square. Now center is same for the second circle as well. What's difference is the radius. This is the only change. Clear? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's take an example. The equation of circle passing through, there's a point which is concentric with the circle. Okay. So we know the equation of the other circle, which is concentric, will be somewhat the same. First, let's find out its center and the radius for this. The radius is going to be different, but the center will be the same for sure. So if the radius is if the center is same, so for radius the constant will be different. The constant part will only be the different because this center will be the same, no? Okay. This is the equation of the other circle. This is passing through 1 by 2 point. 1, 2 point. Okay, if that is passing through 1, 2 point, this equation should satisfy this point coordinate. So x is 2 square is 4, 11 into 2 is 22, 5 into 2 is 10 plus lambda. From here we can find out the value. Easy. 5, 27. 27 minus 10 is minus 17. It will become plus 7 on the right hand side. Lambda is 17. So the equation becomes plus 17. So the equation becomes plus 17. I guess we have done some mistake otherwise. So x square plus y square plus 11x minus 5 plus lambda is equals to 0. Okay. X is 1, 1. Y is 2, then 4. 11 into 2 is 11 into 1 actually. Yeah. 11 into 1. Y 2. So 11 plus 5 becomes 16. 11 to 5 becomes 16 minus 10 becomes 16 minus of 10 becomes 6. So it becomes minus of 6 should be. Option number B should be the correct option. Yes, it is so. Please read this. And whenever you understand, please let me know. Understood? Whenever we are discussing about concentric circles, then the radius is only going to be different. The center is same. So the constant part will be different in general equation of circles. Just the constant part will be different. Understood? Shall we move ahead?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Cyclic quadrilateral. Basically, any quadrilateral whose all four vertices are lying on the circle. And if that is so, the angle, the interior angles, the opposite interior angles, sum will be 180 degrees. As here in the picture, you can see that there's a quadrilateral PQRS. All of its vertices are lying on this circle. If that is so, the angle S, the angle Q, which are the vertically opposite angles, their sum will be 180 degrees. That will be the same for other vertical opposite angles. Angle P, angle R. Sum of angle P and angle R will also be 180 degrees. These four vertices PQRS are also said as or also called as cone cyclic. Cone cyclic. Understood? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I used to have this misconception that in every quadrilateral, sum of vertical opposite angles are is 180 degrees, but it's very low. No, it's only there for the cyclic quadrilateral. This time, what we are going to discuss is that if we are given with any circles equation and a point, and we are asked that whether this point is lying on the circle, inside the circle or outside the circle. There are three positions with respect to the circle. So let's discuss about the position of a point with respect to circle. So if, as we have already discussed in the equation of any curve, that if the point is lying on the curve on the circle, then the point is going to satisfy the equation of circle completely. So if that is so, then the equation is lying, the point is lying on the circle. Now see, let's discuss what is written here. So in the first case, that the point P lies outside the circle, then the equation of circle is. So when the point is lying outside the circle, see, the equation of circle is simple this. But what we will be discussing about when we will substitute x with a, y with b. And this is the point AB that we are discussing about. If point AB is lying outside the circle, so the radius will be less than the distance of CP. CP distance is greater than radius square, no? Radius distance. So if we apply the distance formula and square it, then this will be the result. At A minus H is P minus K. Whole square and then sum should be greater than R squared. And if CP is equals to R, basically the point is lying in the circle. CP is less than R, means the point is lying inside the circle. There's one more method, simple. If the equation of circle is given, consider the equation of circle as S. Whatever is there on the left hand side, let's consider that as X. Then substitute AP. If it is coming as less than 0, then point is lying inside. If this is coming as equal to 0, then point is on the circle. And if this is coming as more than 0, then outside. This is when the general equation of circle is given. Consider the left hand side as the function S, and then substitute the point that you're talking about. Understood? Yes or no? Whenever there is equation given to the circle, na, make 0 onto the right hand side, and whatever there is on the left hand side, consider it as a function, and then substitute the values of the point. And if the result is equals to 0, then the point is lying on the curve or on the circle. And if the value is less than 0, negative, then the point is lying inside the circle. If it is more than 0, which means if it is positive, the point is lying outside the circle. Now clear? Understood? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Let's take an example then. So this is the equation of circle. X square plus y square minus 36. Let's consider this as x. Yes, the point is 3, 4. 3 square plus y square, 4 square, 36. 9 plus 16 minus 36, which is 25 minus 36, which is actually minus 11. Which is less than 0, negative. So the point should be lying inside the circle. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Solution. It is correct. हाँ अंदर ही आएगा point. Solution is correct. Okay, let's discuss the next topic. Last of our class. Maximum and minimum distance of a point from a circle. So there can be two kinds of point. No, the point can either be either inside the circle or outside the circle. If the point is, let's say, outside the circle, then this is represented by this. Inside the circle by, then this is represented by this. Okay. So first let's consider this point as P, if the point is lying inside the circle. So the point here, if we want to find out the distance from the circle now, then if we want to find out the minimum distance, then this minimum distance is P. A here. This is the minimum distance. The maximum distance is from the different end. PB. This is the minimum. This is the maximum. And if this point was outside the circle even, then also PA distance is the minimum. And PB, this PB distance is the maximum. Okay. एक मिनट there. Okay. Now, how do we find out this using distance formula? The point P's coordinate will be given, and the other coordinate will easily find it out by you. How? Now, this coordinate will not be known to us simply here. So, for finding out PA, let's say if this is PA, so just find out what the AB, which is diameter actually. So, or even we can do one thing, that to find out PA, this is known to us AC. Why this is known to us? Because the center's coordinate are there, and A's coordinate will be there for us. And actually AC is the radius now. So R minus CP. P's coordinate we know, C's coordinate we know. We will use distance formula for this. And AC is simply the radius. For PB, this is the radius. No. And this is the extra distance. So for PB, simply find out PC. Simply find out CB and then CP. CB is actually the radius, and CP is we can find out using the distance formula. So the point here is that we have to find out the distance between these two formulas, these two distance, but we will be able to find out CP. CP, why? Because center's coordinate we have, the point's coordinate we have. Other than this, we'll have to deal in radius. For finding out the minimum distance, we'll subtract r minus Cp. We'll take, because the distance is always positive, we'll take its modulus. So this becomes our root concept. R minus Cp or R plus Cp. Simple. For finding out the maximum distance of a point from a circle, it is R plus Cp. Cp is what? The distance between the center and the point. And for finding out the minimum distance, we will take the difference between radius and CP. CP is what? The distance between center and point. Doesn't matter the point is lying inside the circle or outside the circle. And if the point is lying on the circle, then of course it is radius. Or should I say 0? Clear? Any doubts in understanding maximum and minimum distance of a circle?
No, sir.
Okay, then let's take an example. The greatest distance of the point from the circle. Okay, so this is the point. This is the equation of circle. Let's find out its center. Center is minus plus 2 and plus 1. This is the center. This is the point. Greatest distance is r plus cp. R is actually 4 plus 1 minus of minus plus 20. So 25, which is 5. Radius is 5. 5 plus distance formula between the center and the point. Point is 10, 7. So 10 minus 2, 8 square, which is 64, plus 1 minus 7, 6 whole square, 36. So this becomes 64 plus 36, hundreds, which is actually 10. Which is actually 10. For 5 plus 10 becomes 15 units. B is the correct option. Understood? Understood? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, then shall we conclude the class?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then. Good night. Jai prepare well, study hard. We have almost covered this syllabus.
Yes, sir. Good night, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Jai